I know I need to do this week. I know I need to go and win the tournament. So, but like that's like no other week for me. I'm coming out here and like, with the exception of the weeks where you feel like you're struggling and not playing well, I think most weeks you're going out and you feel like you have a chance to win the tournament. And I just need to go out Thursday and Friday, try and put myself in a position going into the weekend, and hopefully I can make it as exciting as I can on Sunday.
And how does your game feel coming into this week?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I struggled in China. I played okay, but struggled on the greens. But I played the pro arm yesterday, and I really felt like I was playing well. So I'm going to play 9 holes this afternoon, and I'm quietly confident that I'm playing well enough. I think if my putter warms up, I think I could definitely give this a run at the weekend. So just fingers crossed that happens.
Okay, we'll take some questions, Phil.
You touched upon it there, Shane. Has the cold putter been the problem the last couple of weeks? You think that you haven't been quite getting the results you wanted?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, totally. Really struggled the first week in China. Felt like I was a bit better last week, but didn't hold much. It's been the problem. It's probably the reason I feel like I didn't win at the British Masters as well. It's just the last sort of 6 weeks hasn't been great with it. But I mean, I like it here. I think the greens are beautiful here, and I put nicely yesterday in the pond, made quite a few birdies. So I'm happy the way things are going. I've got my coach Neil there this week with me, which is a big help, and he always seems to get me in a good frame of mind. So I'm looking forward to it.
Are you working mentally anything on your putting this week to get more confident? And also, you said your coach is here. Does it help you mentally that he's here and compared to China, where many players were complaining about the atmosphere?
I don't work mentally. Like Neil, like I said, he gets me in a good frame of mind. He gets me thinking well. So that's about all I do there. We hit a few putts on the putting green, try and focus on the target as opposed to my stroke. Just things like that. And yeah, I mean, obviously, China, the atmosphere in China is not great. It's tough sometimes playing in that atmosphere, but it's fine. I'm sure Christoph Broberg is pretty happy with the atmosphere in China. So if you play well, it doesn't matter where in the world you are or what it's like. So that's the way I feel about it. And yeah, it's nice to be back in Dubai. I mean, it's a lovely place. It's great golf course, great weather, great hotels. Great food. It's just it's a great place to be. So it's just nice to be back here.
Shane, over your career, have you been a one-putter guy or a chopper and changer?
I've kind of chopped and changed a little bit, but the putter I've had for like 6 years or something. I picked it up in Abu Dhabi, I think 6 years ago, and I've had it ever since. So I've changed a few times, but I kind of always seem to go back to the same one.
Shane, when I've asked around amongst your players about what they like about your game, the one thing that they all say is great hands, great short game, great imagination. Do you think too that that's the strongest part of your game, and if it's not, then what is?
I think probably the strongest part of my game is my driving. My short game is I think obviously 2 strengths in my game. Like I tend to hit driver in most places, and I tend to hit it pretty straight, and I hit it a decent distance as well. So and then I do have a decent short game. When I miss greens, I tend to be able to chip it close or chip it in, and it's it's a great asset to have, and it's something that I do work a lot on. I do practice a lot. So it's probably one of them 2 main strengths of my game are my driving and my chipping.
Shane, with these sort of reservations about your putting, to be in contention here, you need to shoot a pretty darn low number. I mean, do you think you've got that in you for this week? Can you put it all behind you and chalk up a very, very low number this week?
Yeah, I think so. I think if you look back, I've done well there in the past. I've shot some good scores around there. I think generally to win here you need to shoot about 20 under, so yeah, I mean there's no reason why not. Like I said earlier, I played lovely yesterday, I put it lovely in the pro-am, so just need to go out tomorrow and do the same. And like I said earlier, I think it's a big help having my coach Neil here, and you know, I tend to normally play well and do well when he's here, and it's nice to just have him to kind of, you know, like when I was in Turkey, China the last 3 weeks, and you're there kind of when it's a bit difficult sometimes when you're on your own, you don't feel like you're doing things well and you're trying to figure it out yourself, and it's when you have a little bit more guidance, it's nice. So I feel like I have that this week.
Just about the putting, do you think that you need every week to be reminded to do something? You cannot just learn it once and for lifetime as a lesson?
I mean, golf's strange. Like some weeks you're driving the ball well, some weeks you're, you know, it all comes together and you win the tournament. Some weeks you feel like you're putting well and your game is not, you know, holding up to what it should be. But like I'm a believer that maybe 4 or 5 times a year your game fully comes together, and you've just got to take advantage of that when it does, and you've got to then, when you don't feel like you're 100% with everything, you just got to try and finish the best position as you can, and if you give yourself a chance to win, that's even better. But you know, like I touched on at British Masters, like I felt like my long game was as good as it's ever been that week, and you know, I just didn't pull well, and that's probably the reason why I didn't you know, finish closer to the lead, or you know, almost win the tournament. So it's just, you just got to keep, like, sometimes your stroke might be, you might have a thought and it might be, you know, working, and then the next week it might not work. That's kind of the way that's the way I do it, and that's the way I've always done it, and I don't even want to change it now.
You don't think in putting we can be sure, not maybe, sometimes?
I don't know what.
Like, we know how the process is to become a good putter.
I think a lot of people are different. Like I'm different. I think I'm different than a lot of people. So you know, a lot of people are out there with their gadgets on the putting green. That's not me. So I'm not going to start doing it now. I've done okay up to now, and you know, I'm going to keep doing it my way and see what happens that way.
Shane, would you like Neil to travel with you every week, or would that just be not feasible for various reasons? Has he got other commitments that wouldn't make that possible?
Yeah, it's just not feasible. I just think, you know, it'd be nice to have him every week, don't get me wrong, because I'm good friends with him as well, but it's just not feasible. He's got other commitments, and then it's just, I mean, some weeks then you just don't need it, you know, and you just don't want it either, you know. Sometimes when you have someone there every week, you're always trying to do something, so it's kind of, it's a bit of you need to get the happy medium with what you want, and I feel like I have it. Like Neil travels probably 15 times a year with me, so it's still quite a lot, and you know, that's like I said, you know, I think over the past few weeks, yeah, I haven't put it well, but I mean, sure, that's just golf. Like, you know, other players are out there and they haven't played well. You know, they haven't been driving the ball well. That's just the way golf is, and you just need to kind of keep at it until, you know, eventually it turns around.
And finally, just what's your remaining schedule, if anything, for the rest of this year and the start of next season?
I'm playing Sun City and the Eurasia Cup. I know the team's not picked yet, but if I'm in that team, I'm playing that, and then I go to America after that.
Shane, I know you'd like to be at Hazeltine next year, but do you expect to be at Hazeltine?
I'm not going to sit here and say I expect to be there, because I mean, that's just, like, I really want to be. I really feel like I can be. I don't expect to be anywhere. You can't expect anything in golf. You just need to, like I say, you need to keep doing what you think's right, and just keep going with the process of trying to win tournaments, trying to do well in tournaments. And yeah, I do feel like I can be there. You know, I think my schedule next year is very good. I think I'm playing in all the right tournaments to make the Ryder Cup team. So There's probably no reason why not, but yeah, I'm not going to say I expect to be there, but I really want to be, and I think I can be.
Shane, it's been a great week for sport in the Republic of Ireland, with the football team qualifying for the Euros, beating Bosnia. It'd be a great way to cap it, wouldn't it, if you were to emerge victorious on Sunday?
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, it would. Obviously, it was nice on Monday night. I watched the game, and it was great for the lads. I met up with Martin O'Neill and Roy Keane a couple of months ago when they were just before they played Gibraltar, and I had a great chat with them for a couple of hours one evening. And it's when you know people as well, when you see them doing well, it makes it a whole lot better and a whole lot sweeter. So yeah, it's great. Everyone knows how Irish I am and how much I love my country. So to keep the celebrations going this Sunday would be nice, and that's my goal this week, is to go out there and win the tournament and hopefully do enough to win the rest of the way.
Whereabouts did you bump into the two former Sunderland managers? Who let me down?
I just a mutual friend with Martin O'Neill. I have a good friend who's friends with Martin O'Neill, and he arranged, and we just went for a coffee one evening. So.
Okay, we'll leave it there. Jane, thank you, and good luck this week.